So I'm watching that last video I just did, and I don't think it's the whole video, but like the last half of it or something. It's like the camera is pointed down the whole time, but I swear to God, when I was recording, it wasn't. I had it pointed like straight ahead, and like I'm like, look at this white car over here, and like on the video, the camera is pointed down, but like when I was recording though, I was pointing it at the car, but it's like pointed down at the street. It's like the camera is like tilted down. And then like I look on my phone, the camera is not like broken or anything. Like the camera points straight ahead like it normally should. And like I swear when I was recording it was pointing straight ahead. It wasn't pointed down like that. But like the whole like last half of the video the camera's pointed down, you can barely see shit. The fuck? My water heater just turned on right now. So I don't know, I guess Skynet did that shit to troll me or something. But there was also that white SUV with the 844. I think it was like 8444 or something, or 844 or something. It had that, and it had one light, and it was a white SUV, and it kept meeting me synced, and it was just sitting, like the first time it met me, it pulled up at the parking lot, like the Salvation Army parking lot, and just like sat there, and just like sat there for a long time, and just stared at me or whatever they did. They had tinted windows, so I couldn't see them, but I don't know if they were just sitting there staring at me or what. They were just sitting there though, and then they took off synced again, and then they met me synced like 3 more times throughout the rest of the video. But maybe I didn't catch it though because the camera was pointed down for some reason. I don't know, I haven't watched the whole video yet, but it kept meeting me sync the whole video like 4 different times at least. Like at different streets, at different places. It kept pulling up synced to meet me at intersections and the Salvation Army parking lot, at intersection, and then I forget where else. It kept me in me sync though, and doing sync things with one light and an 84.4. So I don't know what the fuck happened in the video, but I think it was Skynet trolling me. And then, like I said, sometimes I'll look back at the video and like I'll swear that when I record it, you can see the license plate number. And then I look back at the video and you can't see the license plate number. And it's like blurry. So like I don't know if they digitally like go in and like digitally like blur out the license plate number. Things like that. I don't know. But like sometimes I swear like I'll be recording it, I'll zoom in on the license plate number and I can see it as I'm recording it. But then when I watch the video back, you can't see it, and it's blurry. And like if I slow it down and pause it, you can't see it still. So I don't know if they digitally do things like that, but I think they do. And then I guess they also can make my camera. Like I guess is it like a wide angle lens in the iPhone, but like it's just a regular camera though. But they can access. Or something, because like it was regular when I was recording it, But then when I watch the video back, it's pointed down. Like it's like tilted down a little bit, and you keep like what I'm recording is like up here, like out of frame. So I think it's Skynet trolling me. So go watch that video. You can see what I'm talking about. I'll put a link in the comments too, maybe that video, so you can see. And like I said, I think it's just the last half of the video. Like the first half of the video looks regular, but then I don't know. It's weird. I think it was like when I came out, like when I was coming out of the grocery store, and like I paused the video, or like I closed my phone, you know, hit the side button on my phone, close my phone, and then like I open it back up and get back on YouTube. And then I think that's when it started, that like when it started with the like camera pointing down thing. So I don't know if it was just like a YouTube glitch, or they were glitching it out, or like it's like a phone glitching out, or like what? I don't know. Probably Skynet though. It wouldn't surprise me if it's Skynet being a little bitch again. And then there's like a lot of different like YouTube glitches where it's like I don't know if it's if it's YouTube or Skynet, but like YouTube and just like different websites, like they'll just be having glitches sometimes, problems and shit. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if that's what it is or if it's Skynet fucking with me again. But one thing that I think is Skynet fucking with me is that a lot of the time when I try to leave comments on gang stalking simulations videos, they get deleted instantly. So, and not all the time. Like sometimes they'll leave comments, and then, like it's just his channel too. I think. I think it's just with his videos that's ever happened to me. Is like I'll just post a comment, and then like I click refresh, and the comment's gone. I hear him dumping a dumpster outside. I think it's him. Probably. Usually is. I just looked at the timer on the phone. It said 8:33, 8 minutes and 33 seconds. I just looked at it again at 8 minutes and 42 seconds. And my neighbor is flushing his toilet sink, I think. Again. Or whatever he's doing over there. Turning the sink on, or something. Some type of sink. What was I saying? Oh yeah, whenever I go on gang stalking simulations videos and try to leave comments, they get deleted a lot of the time. Not always though. But yeah, I think it's just his channel though that it does that with. So like I'll type out like a long comment and then it'll just be gone. It's like, bitch, fuck. So what else happened on the last video? There's sink birds. Or wait, no, that was the other video. There's probably sink birds on the last video too. There was the guy that was like, he was like walking up behind me as I was walking up to the checkout at Walgreens, and like I turned my camera over at him when he did too, and then I set my phone down on the counter so I didn't catch it, but like he walked out of the door, and then like when I walked up to the counter, and then was it right when I walked up to the counter? I think it was right when I walked up to the counter. He walked out the door, and then right when I handed the cash, he walked into the door again, and then he walks behind me, and someone else walks in the door, and then as I walk out of the door, there's a white truck driving by outside, and there's someone walking with a red shirt in the door as I walk out the door. And then right after I walk out the door, there's a black truck driving through the CVS parking lot across the street, like slowly driving, and then driving the opposite way really fast. There's another black car on the street, like next to me. And then the train horn was going off when I came out the door too. And then the train horn was sinking a bunch of times as I walked out of the parking lot and up to the intersection. You can hear the train horn sinking up. And then a bunch of cars parked. One guy got out of his car when I like walked into the parking lot, and then another car pulled up and parked behind me, sing. And then they were like, "Sing, sing, doo!" And then there's been other times like where they'll troll me where like there was one time where it was like right when I first started recording stalkers and shit, and I was at the laundromat, and I went live on Instagram and like started to record it, and then like Instagram just like closes all of a sudden. And they'll just do things like that, or they'll just make my phone overheat at a sync moment. Or whatever. And then, like I said, my phone battery drained at a sync moment today when a car pulled and parked. So, what else can I say, man? They be walking up. Walking up, sync. Walking up, sync. These are my water heaters. Sync. Water heater sync. Walking up, sync. Water heat sync. I heard someone coughing sink or something. I think I heard a sink. I think they were what? Yeah. What up, Sam? I hear the AC thing outside my apartment turning off as I stand up. I hear it turning back on as I walk up in front of this window. There's just sync up as I walk in front of this window, like when I'm walking this way. They just sync up as I walk by it, like they sync up as I walk by corners of buildings and crosswalks and shit. They sync up as I walk by this window, and they'll sync up as I walk through that doorway, and they'll sync up as I walk by the other window, and they'll sync up when I walk up to that wall, and they'll sync up when I walk up to that wall, and they'll sync up. Synced. With sync things. And then it's like if I pace back and forth, like I don't know when they're gonna do it. Like they might not do anything. Like I'll just pace back and forth like 10 times. They might not do anything. And then like one time when I walk through the doorway, there's somebody walking out in the hallway. And then when I walk by the window, there's a car honking. And then they don't do anything again for another minute and a half. And then they sync up 10 things in a row. And then they don't do anything again for 10 seconds. And then they sync up 2 things in a row. And then they sync, and then they sync. They just sink, or they wait to sink and then sink, and then they sink with a sink, sinked, sinked with another sink that's around the corner waiting to sink, sink. Nothing synced. I'm shocked. I'm actually legitimately shocked. Nothing synced. I just heard the AC thing outside my apartment turn off when I walk through the doorway. I think I might hear a siren outside. Maybe not. Thought I heard another siren coming. There will probably be another siren by the end of the day, at least one of them. Probably. There's been like 5 or 6 of them at least today so far. So a lot of people are dying out here, and there was a fire earlier. I don't know. I doubt that they're real emergencies because the sirens start synced. So I don't know. Is it a real emergency? I see a bunch of synced cars outside, a lot of whiteys and other syncs. I think my refrigerator click synced a minute ago. I think it was my refrigerator or some type of click sync in the sync click gang cult. So what else? There was that guy whistling on the last video. He's like whistling when I walked up to the street at his dog. And like I think the dog was walking up to him. It was like a dog like not on a leash. He's like whistling at the dog to come. Right when I walked up to the street, and then like when I got across the street, the dog was running up. But like it wasn't directly next to me though at the sidewalk, but it like almost was. And it looked like the dog was walking up to me. And then I walked by this one house. There was children in the backyard jumping on a trampoline. One of them had a red shirt, and they were like talking sync like right before I walked up to the house. And then they were probably doing sync things next to me when I walked by them or whatever. And then like when I walk by the back corner of the house, this lawnmower turns on across the street in front of me. And then when I walk by the front corner of the house, there's a other kid walking by me at the corner of the house, and the other kid in the backyard is screaming, and the lawnmower is turning off at the corner of the house also. And they be walking up sync, and they be mowing the lawn sync, and they be walking up sync, and they be weed back in sync, and they be leaf blowing sync, and they be snow blowing sync, and they be snow shoveling sync. And they be syncing up sync. And they be walking up sync. And they be walking up sync. And they be walking up. And they be walking up sync. And they be walking up. And they be walking up. And they be walking up. And they be walking up.